Here we go. Combo or combination is a set or series of different actions put together. Did you see that combo I nailed to his face? Left jab, right jab and hook. Yeah, that'll do. As a definition for today's topic, we'll be looking at some entertaining attack sequences today sent in by the community for Bloodborne. By the way, has anyone noticed the Bloodborne 2 rumours? Woohoo! Maybe when PlayStation 5 comes out. Okay, shh. Kicking things off this week is Lionheart, with a simple yet very effective combo that you all should be able to replicate yourselves if you so wish. So you saw in that invasion, he sets up with the Executioner gloves to do damage, but mainly to stagger his opponent. At close range too, that's important to note. And then he whips out the Holy Moonlight sword and either swings twice and then pops the R2 attack, or if they're too far away, he hits them with the R2 first and closes it out with a jump attack. So it's versatile. You can adapt this combo depending on the situation. This is a solid arcane build, and the gloves and sword complement each other really well. It's a good match, good choice. Moving on to number 9, we have Reggie rocking a Mikolash cosplay, which as you know is a boss in Bloodborne that can only punch with his fists and has a cheeky Augur of Ebrietas tentacle attack ready and waiting. Shoots him in the back, which in Bloodborne guns interrupt healing, so this opens up a riposte opportunity. You'll notice people these days turn around to heal, so you can't riposte them as easily if they do get staggered. You don't need to, you have enough time to perfectly line up a backstab instead. And he burrito comboed with the Cos fist. That's when you slip in an extra slap before the backstab. Also, why have you got green hair? Old Man Winter 66 is my hero. He's using the item called Delayed Molotovs, which were added with the Old Hunters DLC. They wedge into the ground when thrown and explode on a time delay. Now what more could you want for a combo item? Running away to heal doesn't work so well against the bow blade, and another slashing unzip with the Chikage for the finish. If you've ever seen my related Dark Souls series, you'll know we love to include the occasional elevator clip. Sponge Jelly is fulfilling that need right now, catching someone coming up the Murgo's cage lift. R2 strong attack, into R1, Beast Roar, followed up by a Call Beyond, and ending with Augur of Ebrietas. Wow. I think we just learned that if you want to try out any cool combos or attack sequences, just catch an unsuspecting host in an elevator, and you can pretty much do anything. Wash Up Cyclone has invaded into a gank in the River of Blood. He's wielding the Whirligig Saw, aka the Pizza Cutter, but 3 vs 1 is never easy, and especially not in Bloodborne, when invaders have an unavoidable 30% minus health reduction, and it looks like they've cleared out the area too, so he has no level enemies to use as a distraction. So what happens is fairly typical. He keeps taking one down to low health, but then his 2 friends rush in and save him. Finally, the cycle is broken as he gathers his courage and just commits to the damage and chops up one of the summons. Then he just goes untransformed basic club mode and then busts out the granddaddy. Some things just synergize and work very well together, and a surprise church cannon works with pretty much everything. Camis takes number 5 with a level 4 character, base level, on New Game +6 against the Orphan of Kos. This fight, if you've played the DLC, you'll know, is incredible, and it's the hardest fight for a lot of people, including Camis, who said he was forced to find this combo that is so powerful it destroys the Orphan in the first phase. Therefore, of course, it involves abusing the AI, so I definitely don't recommend doing this if you haven't beaten the Orphan legitimately yet, because you won't get that immense personal satisfaction. But if you have already, then this is just pretty entertaining, and a little secret exploit that you probably won't have known about. It works like this. Shooting the Orphan interrupts its attack, then he hits it twice with a buffed Saw Cleaver, not taking the visceral attack opportunity, then the Orphan gets stuck in this little loop, and he can just repeat that. That's literally it, the best Orphan combo you'll find. And as I mentioned, the ending is hilarious because the Orphan disconnects. It's actually because it just has no phase 1 death animation. Funky Man is fighting with the amygdalin arm. That's amazing! He gets the gunshot counter and uses the transformed R2 whip attacks to drag him in range and then drops him with a jump attack. That is one of the most stylish assassination combos I've seen with the amygdalin arm. Next up is a duel in the Nightmare Frontier, and this is not going to go how you think it's going to go. I don't know if any of you watched that the way I did, but that was a combo involving two sidearms, the Evelyn and however you pronounce this one. The second one is a rapier with a built-in pistol, which uses R2 to fire when transformed, which means you can actually dual wield and shoot two firearms at the same time. This guy's a Victorian gangster.
Bloodborne PvP.
Alright, number 2, they've been invaded in the Fishing Hamlet, which is a DLC location, so that's kinda rare. But not only that, they've been invaded by a hacker. So this guy has save edited his health to over 3,000, and he is invading, so he should have a minus 30% HP penalty. He also ends up killing the host in one jumping attack, who had over 1600 HP at the time. Also completely impossible, so definitely someone maliciously save editing. Anyway, as he says on the screen, they lost that invasion, but round 2 happens when he invades them again while co-oping a second time. And this time, they make sure to teach him a lesson. Combo visceral of the gods, with this guy having 44 skill, 3 thrust gems and 3 claw mark runes. By the way, visceral attack damage scales with skill, that's why I mentioned that. And I'm just going to use this moment actually to address something I sometimes see in the comments. The reason why I sometimes explain things that might seem like I'm a condescending uncle. Okay, I saw someone said that in my Discord earlier, and then everyone started talking about how I'm the type of guy to play mini golf. Right, listen here. First of all, mini golf is quite fun. Come on now. I'm not an uncle, actually. I'm in my early 20s. I started this channel in school, man. I think I was 16. But the point is, I know there are people who watch my videos who haven't even played Bloodborne. Remember, it is a PS4 exclusive, so I just want to make sure everyone can follow along. Anyway, let's move on to number 1. As you might have expected, number 1 is an absolute madness. We've got Canefo, all the way from Costa Rica, making some big plays. He's decided to combo together everything. 3 separate invasions using all 25 Bloodborne trick right-handed weapons separated by Covenant per kill. So we've got 1 kill for the workshop weapons, 1 kill for the church weapons, and the last one for Vile Bloods. And by Covenant weapons, I mean like how the church pick is from the Healing Church, so is the Kirk Hammer, but the Chikage would belong to the Vile Bloods, and so on and so on. So this is how it worked. He'd get a single hit with one of the weapons, and then menu switch to the next one, which means he actually had to do maths and a load of testing to figure out how many hits it would take to kill someone and how strong he should be around his level bracket to ensure that he could cycle through all the relevant weapons before his opponent died. So he ended up using no gems and only +6 weapons for the church and workshop kills, and he did the maths assuming his opponent would be around 35 to 40 vitality. I'm speeding up the clips here of course so you can see him cycle through all the weapons against each player. For the Vile Blood challenge, that would obviously not work using this method because there are only 3 Vile Blood weapons. So to make this one work, he obviously needed to be stronger. So he leveled up to 120 and added some decent gems on a skill Blood Tinge build. Pretty much so that he could perform a specific 4-hit combo with all the weapons, finished up with a parry 360 spin to win visceral. It took him a week and a half playing around 6 hours each day to pull this off. Which, once you think about it, that makes sense because of course the majority of players he would face would simply heal, or they had health levels that didn't match with his calculations. Not to mention, he said a lot of players had already farmed the 19.8% gems from the Winter Lanterns, which meant they just killed him in a few hits. So you should be able to find his entire video in full, along with everyone else who is featured here today on their channels, which have links in the description. A lot of you have been asking me to go back and redo old top 10 topics, so I thought, okay, for the next topic, we're going to rewind and do top 10 epic kills for Bloodborne again. And part of the reason for that is I have a backlog of epic kills to go through anyway, so who knows, it might even be a top 20. Probably not though, but it might be. But anyway, send your epic kills, PvP or PvE, to top10souls@gmail.com. And I hope you're enjoying this more frequent upload schedule. I'm aiming for at least 1 video a week, usually Mondays. It's a lot of fun. I'll see you all soon.